I'm going to ask a stupid question today. Have you ever had one of those days where everything just doesn't go right? Well, that's what kind of morning I had. And it's interesting because God has real wonderful ways of humbling a person. I got up this morning, I went to turn on my computer, and my wireless USB stick for the internet didn't work. And then I tried to mess around with my headset. As you can see, I don't have it on. And that screwed up. So I didn't have no sound after I was messing with that one. I'm going to get that fixed, the headset. I know that, but I got to perfect it where the sound quality is way better. I hope you folks can hear me today. I'm going to read something different today, totally different. I'm going to go off the wall here. And a lot of people don't delve into this subject, which is the book of Enoch. As you know, it's not in the original canon. Oh, did I say hello, folks? Sorry. Here today, it's Thursday. It's freezing out in Canada, minus 35 Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's damn cold. I froze my nuts off just going to get another USB wireless stick this morning. Thank God for it all. Okay, I'm going to say that right now. I was belly aching there for a minute, and I had to rant and rave because sometimes you have to. But I thank God for it all. Why? Because I wouldn't be humble otherwise. My wife gets up like 3 a.m. to go to work, and I thank God that she has a warm garage to keep her car. She doesn't have to get up and scrape and run her car for an hour just so it warms up, and it's nice, and I'm thankful for that. She gets up like way early to go to work, so at least God provides that for my wife, and I am so thankful He provides all, even the bad days, which I'm having, you know. And I really don't tell you about my bad days, but my bad days are there, and everybody has them. And people go through a lot more than what is visible. I'm on YouTube here. You don't see what goes on behind the scenes, folks, but you do know that God does provide, and you probably go through bad things too, of course. We all know that. So, anyway, to get on and stop rambling here, because that's all I'm doing right now is rambling. But the book of Enoch, it's a little bit of history on this. And I found this while cleaning up my office here, which is awesome. It was translated, the book of Enoch, by Richard Lawrence in 1821 from scrolls found hidden in caves in Ethiopia in 1773. These scrolls were evidently hidden in the same historical period as the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Richard Lawrence translation should not be confused with the other one, which is The Secrets of Enoch, written in 1925 by some New Age sewage author, or a more recent fanatical written, fabricated by Elizabeth Clare Prophet. I guess she wrote that one, The Secrets of Enoch. I'm reading this for the first time myself, but never knew all this. But I think I get this from E.W. Bullinger. You can go to the Companion Bible, and he has quite a lengthy thing on the giants, the Nephilim, and the book of Enoch as well. So in Genesis 6:6, the sons of God took daughters of men for wives. The book of Enoch was declared apocryphal, so kind of like apocalypse, I guess. And like the book of Seth, the other ancient manuscripts was denied entrance into the approved version of the original Bible by the Nicene Council of 325 AD. But what is an apocrypha? Apocrypha. The etymology of the term shows that it is simply a secret book, i.e., one that belonged to the catalog of temple libraries under the guardianship of the Hierophants and the initiated priests, and was never meant for common folk. Some of these words I don't know how to pronounce, and I apologize for that. It's spelled Hierophants, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Apocrypha, see? Some of these words I can't pronounce. Why? I have no idea. It's one of those days, see? I'll continue on here reading. Sorry about the interruptions. Apocrypha comes from the verb crypto, to hide. For ages, the Enochian, the book of the seer, was preserved in the city of letters and secret works. The ancient tribe of Sefer Kirjath, later on called the Debir, some write Debir, D-E-B-I-R. Some writers have tried to identify Enoch with Thoth of Memphis, the Greek Hermes, and even with the Latin Mercury. As individuals, all these are distinct from one another. Professionally, if one can use the word, now so limited in its sense, they belong one and all to the same category of sacred writers, of initiators and recorders of occult and ancient wisdom. Those in the Quran, generically termed the Idris, or learned, the initiated, born in Egypt, the name Thoth, the inventor of arts and sciences, writers and letters of music and astronomy. Among the Jews, the Eridus became Enoch, who, according to Barhebrius, was the first inventor of writing, books, arts, and sciences, the first to reduce to a system that the progress of the planets. In Greece, he was called Orpheus, and thus changed his name with every nation. The number 7 was attached to and connected with each of those primitive initiators, as well as the number 365 of the days in the year astronomically. It identifies the mission, character, and the sacred office of all those men, but certainly not their personalities. Enoch is the 7th patriarch. Orpheus is the professor of Formix, the 7-string lyre, which is the 7-fold mystery of initiation. Thoth, with the 7-rayed solar discus on his head, travels in the solar boat, the 365 degrees, jumping out every fourth leap year for 1 day. Finally, Thoth Lunas is the septenary god of 7 days, or the week. Esoterically and spiritually, Enoch means the seer of the open eye. The story about Enoch, told by Josephus, namely that he had concealed under the pillars of Mercury or Seth his precious rolls or books, is the same as told of Hermes, the father of wisdom, who concealed his books of wisdom under a pillar, and then finding the 2 pillars of stone, found the science written therein. Yet Josephus, notwithstanding, has constant efforts to give Israel unmerited glorification by attributing the science, wisdom to the Jewish Enoch, shows the pillars as still existing during his time. He tells us that they were built by Seth, and so they have been on neither of the patriarch name, the fabled son of Adam, nor by the Egyptian god of wisdom, Teth, Set, Toth, Tat, and Sat, the latter Saturn, or Satan, or Hermes, who are all one, but by the sons of the serpent god, or sons of the dragon, the name under which the hermaphrodites of Egypt and Babylon were known before the deluge, as were their forefathers. And Atlanteans, the great white reformer Arian, thought that there were 2 totems in conflict when he took this aerial tour of North America. These conflicting totems were called the wind god and the great dragon. The great dragon easily turns into the sons of the dragon, and the wind god easily transforms into the eagle, clutching the arrows that flies on the wind, two tribes warring from eons ago. Now, as I said, I couldn't pronounce half those things on there. But I wanted to bring the actual history of the book of Enoch and who it was translated by. And that was mostly important there. And also that the Nicene Council did not put it in the original canon. And the reason they didn't is because they didn't want anybody to know the truth. Right? So Enoch basically brought out the truth about those gods and those celestial beings that came down to earth and had sex with human females and produced these giants or Nephilim in Genesis chapter 6. So I wanted to read that today. I'm sorry about all the stumbling and mispronunciation of names. I've had kind of a rough morning, but thank God I'm able to bring a show every day. And grace and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And we will see you folks tomorrow.